Okay, let's see glue. Okay, so I'll show the glue and some DevOps. So directly this EMR I didn't check it. So I'll check it once and then I'll open. So glue is very important service, right? In the AWS. Okay. So so far we have seen the services EC2, S3, and DynamoDB. Little bit I just we see in the Lambda, right? So Lambda integrations, right? Different integrations and API gateway. API gateway is a REST API endpoint. API gateway, and so we have to see EMR and AWS Glue is serverless ETL. Okay? Serverless ETL. So we don't need any EC2 instance for the server. Okay, we don't need any EC2 machine. EC2 machine for running pipeline, ETL pipeline. So this pipeline is in the Spark. This AWS Glue is written, right? We can write a code. We can write code in AWS Glue, iSpark or Spark Scala. Okay. So Glue is providing a Glue context on top of the Spark context. So when we are writing a Spark job, when we are writing Spark job, writing a Spark ETL job in Glue, we are creating the Spark context. Like from the Spark session, we create a Spark context, like Spark session of the Spark context. And this Spark context, like basically, we have a one Glue context. Glue context is entry point for the Glue job. And this Glue context we pass the Spark context. Okay. So then we can read any data from any sources, right? So we can read data from any sources. Okay, it could be file system S3, okay, S3, any type of files, right? CSV file, JSON file, XML, Parquet, okay, any kind of file format data. If you are reading data from SQL databases, so SQL databases, we use RDS. So RDS service is providing SQL database connection, okay, for different SQL databases. So we have to create a glue connection, right? We have to create a glue connection for RDS, okay, when we are reading data from the SQL DB, or maybe we are reading data from Redshift data warehouse. So Redshift is a data warehouse tool in AWS, and it's the same like Hive, Redshift data warehouse tool. So we need a glue connection for Redshift. Okay. So these are the like tools we are connecting with the glue job to read and write the data. We need a connection, but S3 is there is no user password, right? So S3 we can directly connect. Okay. Just we provide so S3 one thing we can do in glue there is a crawler. What is a crawler in the glue? Crawler is basically creating a table out of S3 data, um, S3 data for metadata of glue job, metadata of glue job. So sometimes you are reading like some other file you are reading, but you need some metadata. So you can create a table out of the S3 data. So that is done by the crawler. Okay. So for case of S3, but suppose you are reading data from RDS or Redshift, so you can directly read as a table. Okay. But in case of S3, so you have to use crawler. In that case, you have to use crawler, and it is providing glue catalog. Basically, it is providing glue catalog, glue metadata catalog, metadata catalog. Okay. And this table data we can read, we can query this table metadata in Athena. So Athena is a dashboard query management tool, dashboard query management tool, like same Hive, you can say. So Hive is basically providing a data with some files, right? In the metadata storage, right? We are storing the metadata. So similar way, so Athena is basically querying the data in the S3 files, okay? And creating a table through crawler. And those tables you can query by using the Athena. Okay? So, and another component is there in the Glue is a Glue job. One is a Glue crawler, which is creating table, and one is a Glue script. Glue script is a Glue job. Glue job that is written in either PySpark or Spark Scala. Okay, and this Glue job is using this Glue context, right? So Spark session like Glue context, and this Glue context is basically providing access to any source of data, right? S3 or Redshift or any database, SQL database. Okay. So in the Glue script, we have a concept of dynamic data frame. Okay, dynamic data frame. So when we are reading data from any sources, right? Suppose I'm reading a data from S3 or I'm reading data from RDS SQL database, or I'm reading data from Redshift table. Okay, I'm getting a dynamic data frame, and if I want to do some transformation, right? So any transformations you want to apply transformation, you have to convert this dynamic data frame to data frame, dynamic data frame to data frame. And again, you want to save the data into some files, okay? Then finally, saving data into files in S3, okay? Any type of format, right? CSV, JSON, right? Or writing data to writing data to Redshift and RDS or RDS, any SQL, RDS, SQL data target. Okay. So you have to convert data frame to dynamic data frame. So this way, the Glue pipeline we can write. Okay. So if we go to Glue service, so AWS Glue, here is the option of the data Glue also there, like more visual data preparation tool, like to clean, and this one. Actually, the one more new option has come, the data Glue. Okay, I have not seen much on this data Glue. Okay, the data Glue is the versus Glue. So data Glue is advanced version given in the Glue. Basically, it's a part of the Glue only. So AWS Data Glue and AWS, they both are visual tool for data preparation and data profiling. The Data Glue is a fully managed service for cleaning, normalizing, and transforming data. And Glue Studio is a graphical user interface for creating, running, and monitoring an ETL job. Okay. So it's a fully managed one, right? It is completely managed by the AWS and it's more chargeable. Okay. And Glue Studio is like a Glue, like we can, it's not fully managed, right? Everything you have to do manually. Okay. Graphical user interface is there. So it's a new feature. So these are the component, like the 6 concepts are there: project, data set, recipes, job, data lineage, data profile. Okay. So this option you can find when you go to the AWS Glue. So when you come to the AWS Glue, here is Glue, data view. So this, if you click on this AWS data view, so it will take you to the home of the data view. Actually, they have given a complete separate interface. Okay. So already you've seen, right? Data set, project, recipes, okay, DQ rules, data quality rules, jobs. Okay, its own workflow. Okay. So data view having its own workflow. Okay. It's nothing related to Glue. Okay. So Glue is completely different and Data Glue. So Data Glue is clean and normalized data up to 50% faster. So mostly the machine learning models, right, when we are using deployment. So this is the cost per hour, right, per node, 4.48 cents and the $1 per session in practice session. So it is costly service, okay, but it is if we create a project and this sample project we have, like you can create a project data set like input data set. So we can create our new data set, we can create a project and we can create a recipe. So what is a recipe? It's a collection of the data transformation step. It's called a recipe. They are created or edited in the data glue project and can be published as a standalone entity. So it's like a collection of the data transformation steps. So you can say input is your data set, project is your, you can say project is the collection like workspace. So you can visualize the sample data set in a project. Okay. So project is workspace, okay, where you are taking your input as a data set and applying the recipes and DQ rules using the job. Okay. So that is complete the group. Okay. So you can create some rules, right? Recipes you can create. So import, download, create jobs. So those options are there. Okay. Okay. First we go with the glue. Okay. We understand glue. Okay. Because this glue is a completely new option. So just high level introduction, if you know, that is good. Okay. Because people will be just checking you, are you aware of the glue concept? Okay. In one interview recently, people asked about Sanjay, what is a data glue? Okay. Glue, AWS glue. Okay. Okay. So when we come to the glue, right? So glue is ETL, serverless ETL tool. Okay. So how to create our ETL pipeline. Okay. So here are the options you can see. Here is a crawler option is there. Like we can create a crawler. We can create our own connections. We can create schemas. Okay. And once the crawler is creating table, the table will be populating here. So here the tables will come. So once I will create. So like if I'm creating a crawler first and then I'm running a crawler, then I will get the table. So I will get the table like this. I will get the table. And this table we can query in, like we can go to the table and then we can query option here in the Athena. So when we want to view data and then go to proceed, then it will take to the Athena. So this is Athena 2. So here we can do query the table and then we can see the data like this. So any data set is there in the S3, we can create a table out of the data in Athena. Athena is like a querying tool, right? It is a querying tool. But Glue is showing the table. Glue is showing the table is like through crawler, the table is created. So you can see the table, but you cannot see the data. You cannot view the data. The data you have to view in the Athena. Okay. So next thing is how to create a ETL job. If you want to create your ETL job, so there are the two different options. One is like you can create your ETL job by visual ETL. Visual ETL is drag and drop. Okay, yesterday I created one ETL job. I show you like if I want to create my visual ETL job, so how to create an ETL job. So this is a canvas. Okay. And here you can see the script is there. So this is a default script, right? And this script will be populated automatically when you are adding the component here. Okay. So suppose I say I want to read some file in S3 and I want to do some transformation and then I want to write the data to some target. Okay. So here are different source and targets are there, right? So suppose I want to read the data from the Redshift. So this is the Redshift. Okay. Then I have to set the properties of this connection. So I need a Amazon Redshift connection. I have to create a new connection. I told you Redshift, RDS, these services need a connection. So when I have to go to create new connection, So I have to tell about my Redshift cluster. So I should have the Redshift cluster beforehand. Okay. And then I have to give the username password. And if I'm not taking username password manually, I can use Secret Manager. Secret Manager is a service which is storing passwords, like you're keeping it password as a secret. Okay. So there is a separate services there, AWS Secret Manager. So you will go to the Secret Manager. You can keep it the password of anything here. So any secret you want to create, just you have to create, and this is the charges, right? 1.40 per secret per month. Okay. So if you want to keep it anything in the secret, you have to pay for that. So any secret you can create here. So you can tell here the secret is for the RDS, or secret for the DynamoDB, or secret for Redshift cluster, or any API key secret, any authentication token secret, or credential for any other database. So these are the options are there. Secret type. So you have to select one secret type. If you are going to store the secret for Redshift, right? So you will use secret for Redshift, and you will username password you will provide here, and this secret you will use it in your, so it will create a one encryption key. Okay, AWS Secret Manager key. So this Secret Manager key will be like the one key will be you, or if you have already, you can create, otherwise you can create a new key. The new key, it basically creating a key in the KMS. So one new key you can create in the KMS. Here in the KMS, you can create a new key. So I think this is already created. This is not mine. This is the default is created. So you can have a key. You can create a key here, and you can use a secret. So secret purpose is to just store your credential, and you will create some connection name. Here you are creating a connection name with the Redshift connection, and this connection you will use in your job here, right? You will create in the job. Okay, so first what you are doing here, you are drag drop component. Once you drag and drop component, you have to choose the connection, and then you have to like intermediate directory you are telling, right, where your data will be pulled up. Okay, so the Redshift data will be pulled in some file. Okay, so that staging directory you are creating. So you are telling the path, and IAM role you are selecting which IAM role you want to. So you are using some glue role, so you can use the role. Okay, Redshift role. So some Redshift service role you need. Okay, so you have to select your own role. Okay, and some optional parameter, if you want to pass any parameter, you can pass. Okay, I show you some simple one. First we do S3 one. Like I want to read the data from S3 and write the data to the S3. Okay. So if I want to start from the source, so I can take it S3. S3 is my source. Transform. Transform is like there are the different types of transformation, like aggregate transformation, drop duplicate. Suppose you have your data has duplicate columns, right? Duplicate rows are there. So you can use a drop duplicate. This is the transformation. So you know, right? If you don't use this transformation, you can write your custom Spark code, right? You can use your Spark code. You cannot. So just initial first source and target you define, and rest of the transformation you can write your own. But if you think everything you want to define manually, right? Define through the user interface, so you can define the transformation. Okay. Like I want to use the filter transformation. So whatever S3 data I'm getting, I want to filter it. So I'm saying here filter thing and filter condition I'm adding. So I want to add some filter and condition or condition. So I can define and condition. I can say particular field in S3 data, and I can choose the operations. So this will populate it once the data comes. Okay. Now next is you want to do after filter. Suppose you want to say like schema change schema. So this schema change is basically like number of columns you want to change. Like you have input data set 3 columns and you want to change to 2 columns data set. So change schema, you can change the schema. And last is like target. The target, suppose you want to keep it S3, like your final data set will be stored in the S3. Now, once your this glue script like this visual right component is added, now you will set the path. So now I'm going to tell where is my input data set. So I will tell my data set. I will select my data set like some file. I'm reading this emp.csv file. Okay. So I'm selecting the file data set. I'm telling here the format. My format is a CSV file, comma delimited format. Okay. Any other things you want to change, you can change. Otherwise, it is completed because it is showing the green mark. Okay. Now, next I go to the filter. The filter I want to use a key. To S3 data. So if I want to query with S3 object. On S3 data, we can query it and we can see the sample data. This is my data. line of the source, file contains column data. Line of the source contains column. Condition matches. So I say I want to filter the data. Suppose ID we take it, okay, because otherwise one record with an ID. Not, I say sorry. Go to one operator. Okay, this is a string type value. Now that is the reason it's coming matches. If it is an integer type of column, then it will come. Okay. If it is an integer type of column, because this column is reading as a string type. Okay, so like this is basically we are giving a condition. Okay. Now next is schema. Schema, suppose I say I want these are the columns. I want to target the column name. I want to say EMP ID. Okay, and I say name I want to print as a transform EMP underscore name, EMP underscore ID. If this column I don't want, so I can click on the drop. So this column will be dropped. Okay. So change schema is basically can change your column type, or it can remove the column also. Okay. And finally, target data store. You can tell the target location in which format you want to save your file, right? You want to say CSV file I want to save, and I want to no compression, and I want to location I want to define my bucket, like from my folder here, like some location I want to select. Any target location I define. The target location, my file will be created and create a table in the data catalog on the subsequent run. So I can use this option, right? If I want to, and I can select my database in my Athena, right? Which database it will. So it will basically create a file. It will create an output file and it will create a table out of that. Okay. So if you don't want to update the data catalog, so you should use this option. If you want to create a table and subsequent run, update the schema and add the new partition. So whenever a new file will arrive every day, so automatically the new partition will be created. Like if I say today date one file came, okay, and you have transformed it, filter it, transform it, and then you write the target file. Tomorrow, again the some file comes. Again, you are doing filter, transform, and then you are writing the output file. So if you want to update your schema and the new partition every day, so you can choose this option. The table will remain same. I say that my database is MyDB, and my table is blue table. Okay, just any table name we can give. Okay. And if you want to add a partition key, so you can add a partition key on the what you want to keep it, because we are adding only two columns. So partition key you want to add on the name, ID. Okay. So what, right? So you can partition key means your data will be distributed. Okay. So here is no partition key, it looks like, because if it is a date column is there, then we can keep it partition key. Okay. So now everything is ready. Now you save this script. Okay. Save this job. And here in the job details, we have to add some parameter because your script is created. Your script is ready. If you see your script is created, the script is created. Like initially you are reading a data frame, right? You are reading a CSV file. This is a bucket, right? And you are using dynamic frame, right? Create dynamic frame. So you are reading your S3 file and you are getting a dynamic frame. And then you are applying the filter, right? So filter, like you have a match condition is there. You are, so whatever you have done the transformations, so all are applied here. Okay. But this is the visual way, right? The script is generated. But when you are writing your own code, you can write, you can convert the dynamic frame to the data frame, and then you can apply filter, map, join, group by key, reduce by key, all those transformation you can apply. Okay. So it is a little bit more complex to understand, but it is like when you want to do like as a graphically you want to do, it is fine because you are just visually you are defining the things here and automatically your pipeline is ready, like drag and drop. Okay. And finally, you have to give the job detail. So here you say my blue job to some job name you are giving. IAM role you have to choose. So some IAM role you have to create separately, which has the glue all access, right? Which is able to access, which is able to run your glue job. So how to create a role I already told about. IAM role you can create, and then you have to simply role type you will create as a glue one. Okay. So when you go to here role, okay, here if you search here glue, the glue service role or glue service role test. So this is the glue service role type. If you want to create your own role, a new role, just type you select here. Here you say glue type. So glue data brew one means like you will go for data brew. This is the glue one. Okay, next you will be adding permission policies, right? So S3 full access, suppose you say, so you will add a S3 full access. Okay. So two things will come, and here you will be. This one also you have to add AWS Glue Service Code. So this one you add. So now you will see the S3 full access and AWS Glue Service Code. This is must. Okay. And then you can give the any name of the this AWS Glue. Okay, and you can create this role. Now this role is created, AWS Glue Service Role, and use this role here. Here, if you refresh it, this will come here. AWS Glue Service Role, it just comes here. And what Glue version you are using? Like the Spark 3.3, Scala 2, and Python 3, it is supporting Glue 4. Before that, Glue 3, Glue 2 is there, but Glue 4 and Python 3 language we are using, right, to write a code. If you select Scala, the code will be changed into Scala. Okay. And here the requested number of workers, so minimum 2 is needed. Okay, so you can keep it minimum 2. So minimum 2 is needed. Okay, and here other options like number of retry. If you want to, if one time it fails, so it will create automatically 2. Okay, 2 or 3 number of retry attempt. And the PyScript file name. So you have to give some PyScript file name. How your script file will be saved in S3. So some PyScript file name you say. So you can keep it, the file name is okay, whatever your glue job name is there. You can save it your file name, script named in this glue job 2.py. And this script will be saved here. Okay. And logs, UI log Spark, UI logs, right? So it will be saved in this location. Concurrency is maximum concurrency you can allow. Okay. When one is given default, but you can give more than one, right? So maximum number of concurrent run that can be allowed for the job, this job. So like multiple people are running parallelly. So how many concurrent runs can be? So that can be given. Yeah. So temporary path is S3 is given like for some storing some files into them. Okay, and library, suppose your glue job is dependent on the third party libraries. Okay, and those third party libraries you have to provide to your glue job. So you will be giving external path of those libraries path, like S3 path we can give. So it will get those paths. Okay. So here is we are not using any external library. We are simply reading data and writing data. So once this is done, okay, so you save this file. Once your job is saved, now you check your script, you verify your script, right? This is the script is developed. Okay. Now, if you want to edit the script, so there is an option edit a script also. Download script is there. Like suppose you download in some editor, Python editor, and you can modify it. Okay. So here is a source is there, sync is there. Sync is finally S3 is a sync where you are writing a data. Okay. And after that, you are creating a glue catalog, right? You are creating a crawler to create a table. Okay. So that you can query to your Athena to crawl, right, to query your table in S3. Okay. So whatever output file will come, that will have two columns, and those column name will change ID to EMP underscore ID and name to EMP underscore name. Okay. And when you run the glue job, you can run the glue job. And you can see the runs here. So here it's showing run. Once you come here, runs. So you can see here your glue job is running. And your glue jobs logs is generated in the CloudWatch. You can see here the CloudWatch log. Okay. And so once this completed, then you can see your output in S3. Okay. So whatever bucket path you're giving, here you can see. If the job is succeeded, and let's see the transformation what we have done. So we can see the output data in the table. Okay. So can you see the one glue table is created here, right? So if I don't do this glue table, so I have to use problem. Okay. So I have given the job itself, I given the option, right? After writing the file in S3, I want to create a glue catalog, right? Metadata, and it has run the crawler and it has created table. Okay. And this table, I want to see like data. So you go to action and you can do view data and it will take you to Athena. So when you go to the Athena, so here is my table is a glue catalog, this table. And when I do query, Let's see output file. What output file is here? We given this emp data.csv. The path. I given this target path, right? Into this me. This one. If I want to check the data of this me. I think it has taken all this entire thing. Oh, okay. This one was taken here. DB2 properties taken. Okay. So these properties are taken. So in this folder, one is so this is the actual file. Query with S3. This is the only row is coming, right? Two columns are coming and the data is filtered. If you see, I had originally three rows. So I'm getting the, if you see my three rows data, right? This is my four rows data. I given the match, the filter condition I given, and I have changed the column name. So column names are changed, EMP ID and EMP name, and I have removed the column, third column. But when I'm creating a table out of that metadata, the problem is it has taken an entire folder. So it has taken an entire folder, okay, as input. So in glue job, what I given, okay, if I go to detail job, I check my glue job. If I check my script, if I go to the script, here is taking the entire folder. Okay, so it is not taking the particular file, right? Okay, so while I give in here visual, if we go and here is the option we give in, right? Create a table in the data catalog on the subsequent one. So here I'm giving the target location this. We should not keep it anything else. I should select the folder where nothing is there. It should be, then only Athena will be doing properly, otherwise Athena will. Okay, so now, now I'm giving this particular folder, this folder ID. Till my folder ID me. Now I'm doing run. And so what to say? Suppose multiple concurrent run is, we have given only one. So once this job is fail complete, then only we can waiting. So actually, we cannot start another concurrent. We don't have option to stop job one. Okay, so we have to stop it, then only we can run another one. Because we started the job run just before our saving the file. Okay, I already saved it. Now we run. Okay, okay. So now the new run is started. So actually, whenever you are giving a target folder for S3, right? So just keep it a new folder where your output data will come, and then you create a table out of the data. So it will do automatically. Okay, but if you have the other files are there in the same folder, so it will mix up. So you will not get the correct data of your actual file. Okay, so manually, if you want to write a glue script, I will give you some code. Okay, so that code you can run and you can read S3 file. You don't want to use this UI interface, so you can use it. Okay, you can write a glue script for data connections, right? Redshift or RDS. So next thing we will see that I will show you the RDS, Redshift, and EMR. Okay, these three things we have to finish, and the Kinesis. Kinesis is a data stream. So I will give you the project. You can start the project. I already showed you the some project, right? Some project pro project you can start. I have already shared you those, right? If I have not shared you, just I will share on the same email IDs you have already given to me. I will share that, right. So you can start going through these kind of projects and then start. Here is a AWS Glue project is there. So now you can understand, right, how to implement Glue, right? So see this kind of one end-to-end project you can do, right? Execution of Glue job, notification, SNS, Glue, now, okay. So Redshift, okay, these are the simple like a database creation, right? Okay, Glue, Redshift, right? Okay, how to create a cluster. So this kind of project you can start like one EMR project, right? So EMR is this EMR project is there. Okay. So I will share that right. So that will be giving you.
Arvind, I have a question.
Hmm.
For the projects, will you share a specific one from that website for all of us to do, or are we supposed to?
Different you can do. See, if everyone is doing same, so it will be no point, right? So what you do, I'll assign the project, right? Okay. Or you can select, right, whatever you want to do or someone wants to do. Okay. And you
Uh-huh.
can choose the different projects and then you can give the demo on that. Okay. So now you
Okay.
can start, okay, and I will share the PPT also like the format, right? You can prepare the presentation, right? And you can give the one demo and two and demo, right? You can show, okay. So I will give the list of projects I will prepare and I'll give to you. Then you can decide two person can be in group, or I will suggest everyone do individually. That is better,
Yeah.
but help each other in everybody's project. Okay. So suppose you are like learning from other projects also. If you're concentrating first your own one, but I'm saying because suppose in your project EMR is there, but other person project is Glue is there, because everything cannot be there in a one single project. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
It's a combination, like some projects are, one project is having Redshift and Glue combination. One project is having EMR and Redshift combination. One project is having Lambda, Glue is there, and RDS is there. So it's kind of combination. So I will find those project lists. Okay, those are around 10 projects are there. But
And
if you
okay.
can at least minimum one project you do. But if you can do more, like you can do. See, these projects are just a 1 hour, 2 hours configuration things. Okay? If you understand properly the services, so if you follow the videos, right? Videos are there, source code is there, everything is there. If you understand already how the infrastructure is done, how to prepare and configure, then I believe, right, one project may take 1 day, right? Entire 1 day, like 4, 5, 6 hours, you can spend dedicatedly one project, it will be completed. So the
Okay.
project means everything is there, just you have to configure in your environment. Okay.
Yeah.
That particular things you will learn how real time the same thing will be implemented, because the cloud environment, like how to do. Okay. So I'm giving first AWS only. I'm not targeting Azure or GCP because there are projects also there. But first you keep focus on one cloud at a time. Okay. Other cloud
Mhm.
you can keep it backup. Just some fundamental knowledge you have, that is enough. But keep focus only one cloud fully with all the services as much as possible. Like like OpenSearch also I will tell, like Elasticsearch, how to, there is a one service OpenSearch. So this OpenSearch service is Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. So you already know Elasticsearch, right? You know, but this Elasticsearch is a managed service. Elasticsearch is the AWS managed service. Okay. So, so how to integrate your the Spark job output data, how can you display as a report, charts, graph, okay? So you can see in the Elasticsearch, this OpenSearch. Okay, we'll see that first. I'm saying, like, if you start project, so you will get more implementation knowledge, okay? How this all, whatever you've done so far, Hadoop, Hive, Scoop, HBase, Kafka, streaming, everything will be coming in the project. Okay? Now
Okay.
let's see the data. So this when we go to the table. First, you understand the all the projects. I'm saying, see, if you are going to work on one project, that is fine, but try to understand all 7, 8 project architectures you understand, because it will help you for interview point of view, or you are going to work in the project. So you may get different combinations, so you can analyze it, right? Okay, and you can easily speak about those architectures. Okay, even though you have not used in your project, but you can speak more scenarios, more case studies, right? You can say, so try to first understand 2, 3 days all the 10 scenarios. I'm giving you 10 project lists. So just understand 10 different project scenarios and make a note of all 10 projects. Okay. And once you get a good understanding of these 10 scenarios, 10 different use cases, then choose one or two and then start work on that. Okay. So, so here now we go to check the data. So EMR cluster, we got the issue. I will resolve that one, and EMR and as well as one RDS, right? So I will fix it. Okay. See, this time some data is concatenated like last time one. So this is coming a single row, right? Okay. But one more problem is coming. This is bringing the header in your query, right? So our file is fine. Okay, I think it's a second file is created in the same folder. If you go to the S3 bucket, this my folder I given, right? Correct? Target folder. So here files are there and two files headers are coming. So actually it's appending the data, right? It is not overriding, right? So that's the one thing. When we are writing the data from the new job, we have to use override mode. Okay. So that change we have to do. Okay. Because otherwise it will create, but we want incremental data, right? Incremental data is like every day the file is coming. We are assuming it this is a today file, this is a tomorrow file, like that. Okay. So then it will be coming fine, right? But the header option, we should provide our own header because the data should not come with the header, right? If the data is coming with the header means it will be repeated like this. It will be repeated like this. That is we are seeing. Right this. So we have to improve it. So this is creating a table, right? This is creating a table in the glue catalog. Okay. So in like this is a glue table, this is your table, and this is you can see the scheme. This is a schema of your table. Okay. So we have to change something in the ETL job, right? So this is a view UI mode. First of all, we have to, if we want to like partition wise, I will do, then I will override the data because same day, same partition, we will not append data. We will override it. Okay. But if the daily basis data is coming, then we will use the partition way, right? We will use the partition. So wherever we are doing target, so here we will say here, keep existing schema and add new partitions. So automatically date-wise partition will come. Abhi right now, add new partitions like appending data, but it is without partition. This is without partition and this is the new partition. Add new partition. Actually, partition key we didn't give. Okay, even though we are giving here, but partition key we didn't apply. So if we keep it partition key something like date, okay, that column is not there. So it will take it right. Okay, if I have some date column, I can keep it date wise partition. Okay. So every day the date wise partition key, it will form. Okay. Otherwise, if I give this, I think it will do date wise, like whatever our okay, so this is script here. Here is when we are writing data, it's format. What mode is taking up and go. Gets in. So S3. Or separately, you can create a table also, like a glue crawler you can create. You can have an option here. You can create crawler. Suppose you have already some S3 data. So you can give my crawler, some name of the crawler. So I did with the glue job, but if I don't want to glue job, so you can do here. You can add a data source. You can tell where is my target data source. So I can tell my data source here in the this my folder. So this is my data set I am telling. Okay. And so all the if it has a subfolders, everything, right? So we can choose this option. So once we have this, next option is it is asking security and this IAM role. So IAM role, we have to select a glue service role. So any role is fine. Okay, and next guy will be taking the database where you want to create a table. So if I want to keep it the table name, right, it's optional by default. Otherwise, you can give adding a prefix, right? You want to add a prefix in your table. And frequency is on demand or daily basis or weekly, monthly, or custom. Okay. And then create crawler. And this crawler you have to execute, run crawler, and this crawler will create a table. So one way is through the glue job itself, you can do the crawler and create table. It will internally in the part of the in the glue job, it will run a crawler, or separately you can run crawler and create table. So once this glue job is successfully completed, this crawler is successfully completed, you will see here the table will be created. And that table you can see in the appendix. Okay. So data you can see in the okay, some DevOps part is also pending. Okay, Git Jenkins. The next week we have to finish most of the things which are pending. Right, Git Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, and those things will be in one of the projects. Okay, so you can start project from Monday. Okay, just analyze all the case studies. I will share today everything, and you start on Monday. You can start. Prepare your AWS account. Have you prepared? Everybody has prepared AWS account.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So you can ask in the company, right? They can like basically if some little amount, that's not a problem, right? They can, or they have provided any AWS account because they were saying like some cloud labs thing. So now you are using only AWS related practice, right? Because rest of the practice you already done in a VM, right? Okay. So yeah, because cloud practice we need AWS only, right? Can do anything else. Table. And this credit you check because maybe it takes 4 to 5 days, but it will come. Okay, the table is not coming. Just a minute. It's a short subsidy. Maybe you can do it against something. What about S3 S3 is not added here. Just double. You guys already gave me the email ID, right? Right. So, this time is created. I now it is coming without header, right? So if you see the all three files data is coming, right? Right. So it is directly you can do the crawl up. Okay. You don't need to give the in the glue job. You can create a table out of the data, right? You can include. Okay, try this option. Okay. Uh, or try with the glue job also. You try. Okay. Any question? So finish this glue. Okay. And check those projects. Okay. And whatever assignment questions are there, so finish those questions. Okay.
Arvind, I have one question, just to follow up on the airflow
Mhm.
lecture. I don't know if I can find it online. Did you get a chance to check if it was there?
What we find? Which one?
I think there was an